Hi everyone. So today we are going to learn about that why we use Selenium WebDriver for our web automation. So in my last videos, I have already discussed about that what is Selenium WebDriver and what it does. So let's take a look today that why it is optimum choice used for web automation. Okay. So there are some features we have on that Selenium WebDriver. So that's why we use that Selenium WebDriver in our web automation. So just go for it. So first, point number one, that is the first feature is that dynamic web page automation. So dynamic, I am write it down for you. So dynamic web page automation. First one is the dynamic web page automation. So now what do you mean by dynamic web page automation and why that is important and why it's a feature in our Selenium WebDriver? So Selenium WebDriver can automate dynamic websites where the content of pages changes by user actions. Suppose we have a page and whatever the content we have on that page, that can be changed by the user actions. So suppose I am clicking one button. So after clicking one button, the page is redirecting to another page and some another documents is there on that page. Now another content is there on that page. That means after clicking one button, after doing any actions, automatically, dynamically, the content of the pages are going to change. Right? So that's why, and that features is supported on that Selenium WebDriver. So that's why we use that Selenium WebDriver for our web automation. So first one is the dynamic web page automation. So Selenium WebDriver can automate dynamic websites where the content of the pages changes by the user actions. Okay. Now features number two. Features number two is that mimic real users. So mimics real users. Now what do you mean by mimic real user? So Selenium WebDriver allows tester to mimic user actions on the website. So actually Selenium WebDriver can allow. So for that reason, as a tester, we can mimic user actions on the websites. Okay, so Selenium WebDriver can mimic typical user actions like form filling, like double click, like single click, now any key paste, and as well as advanced user actions like drag and drop, then click and hold. So this thing we can easily use in our web automation. Suppose I want to drag one image and I want to drop that particular image in another content. So we can easily drag and drop. Selenium WebDriver has that facility that we can use drag and drop facility. Then suppose hold and wait. So hold and wait facility means, so I am clicking one button. So after pressing that button, we have to hold few seconds. Then some another modal will be popped up. Okay, so we have noticed that things in our real time whenever we are using any kinds of applications. So that features are there. So that features we can handle by using our Selenium WebDriver. Okay, so that's why Selenium WebDriver allows QA or allows tester or allows us to mimic user actions on the website. Okay, and also Selenium WebDriver can mimic typical user actions like lots of user actions we have, like form filling, like a click, like double click, then key paste. Okay, and as well as advanced user actions we have like drag and drop, click and hold, etc. Suppose I am giving you one example. Okay, suppose go to the google.com. So I am going to the google.com. So in that google.com page, so there is, suppose I am writing that Selenium. Okay, Selenium. Then there is no button that we can hit that Selenium. Okay, there is no button. Is there any button? No. Now how we can use that by Selenium? So there is a concept like key paste. key press. So for that key press, so that means in our keyboard, we can enter that. So one button is there, that enter button, that is present in our keyboard, right? So by using Selenium, we can use that enter button. So we have to enter and then Selenium page will open. So now this enter button, that is key press. So that can be used by using Selenium WebDriver. So that features is there for the Selenium, that is mimic real users. Now point number 3, that work close to browsers. Work close to browsers means, work close to browsers means, so browser vendors keep their WebDriver implementation. So whatever browser vendors we have, that is keep their WebDriver implementation. So hence they are tightly coupled to the browser, giving a better testing experience. Okay, so that is work close to browser. Now point number 4. Point number 4, that is technology agnostic. Technology agnostic. Okay, technology agnostic. Now, what do you mean by that? So basically, Selenium WebDriver allows us to automate the test cases for all the web applications, because we have the feature that we can automate all the web application by using Selenium WebDriver. That's why Selenium WebDriver allows us to automate the test cases for all the web application, irrespective of the technology that is used for development of the application under test. Means, suppose there is the application. Okay, let's take application, that Gmail application. So that developer has developed the Gmail application by using, let's say, PHP language. So developer language is PHP, but there is not mandatory that if the developer has developed their application by using PHP language, we have to use the PHP language for our testing. So that is not a mandatory. Developer can develop any language, by any language, maybe Node, maybe Angular, maybe PHP, maybe Ruby, maybe Python, maybe Java, maybe C. We don't care about that. So developer can develop by using any languages. But whenever we are going to testing that, whenever we are going to automate that, we can use our choiceable language. We can use maybe Java, we can use maybe Python. Okay, so that means suppose developer has used some PHP language for develop their application, and we can test that application by Java language. Okay, so that is technology agnostic. Means Selenium WebDriver has a features that Selenium WebDriver allows us to automate the test cases for all the web application, irrespective of the technology used for the development of the application. Okay, so that is a beautiful features, and that features we have in our Selenium WebDriver. So that is the reason that we use the Selenium WebDriver for our web automation. Now next one is that support cross browser testing. Support cross browser testing. What do you mean by cross browser testing? What do you mean by cross browser testing? So cross browser testing means Selenium WebDriver has the most significant advantage when doing cross browser testing. So cross browser testing means where a tester can test for the same website using the same piece of code on different browser. Okay, suppose I have written my script on Windows operating system, and I can easily run that piece of code in Mac operating system or in Linux operating system. We have that flexibility on Selenium. Okay, so that's why. So in cross browser testing, the QA or tester can test for the same website using the same piece of code on different browser. So it enables the verification and validation of the test cases on multiple set of browser at the same time. Okay, so multiple set of we can do the verification and validation of test cases on multiple sets of browser at the same time. So that's why it's a very important features of our Selenium, that it supports cross browser testing. And the one thing is that relate to that cross browser testing, that is it supports the parallel execution. Okay, supports parallel execution. Now what do you mean by parallel executions? If there are more script, so suppose I have 100 tests, I have 100 test script. Okay, so if there are more script to be executed on multiple browser, then doing them one by one is a time consuming. Suppose we have 100 script and we can run that 100 script. So if I do one by one, it will take more time. So that's why it's a time consuming. So Selenium WebDriver has a beautiful feature, that Selenium WebDriver allows us for parallel execution. So parallel execution means at the same time multiple test cases can be executed. So suppose suppose we have 100 test script. So parallel we can execute 2, 3, 4 test cases in parallel time. So that is a parallel execution. So Selenium has that feature that we can use the parallel execution. So for that parallel execution, so we will learn one framework called TestNG. So in the TestNG framework, we can do the parallel execution. Okay. So that means if we use the parallel execution, then the time consuming, there is no more time consuming. So within the short time of period, we can easily run our 100 test script. Okay, so that is the beautiful feature that support the parallel execution in Selenium WebDriver. Now next point is that view execution results. View execution results means, so suppose I have executed my test, I have executed some test script, and now I want that as my result. So obviously we have to check that all the test cases or all the test scripts, whatever we have executed, that how much have failed, how much have passed. So I want to get that in our result sheet, right? So that's why Selenium has that feature that we can see our result. The execution results we can view. So Selenium WebDriver allows us to view the live executions of the automated test run on the computer system, and as well as on the any other CI/CD pipeline machine by supporting lots of functionality like the screenshot, video recording. So that all the thing we can see that. So whenever I will upload that video, or whenever I will teach you that how to take some screenshot, okay, and how we can run parallel execution, and how we can see the view, see the result in a in a format, in a result sheet format, then we can then you guys will be very much clear about that. But Selenium has that features that whatever results we are, suppose we have taken some screenshot, we have taken some video recording on our script, then that or those we can easily view. Okay, so that is the view execution results. And the next point is that Selenium WebDriver supports modern development techniques. Okay, so supports modern development techniques. So support modern development techniques. So what do you mean by support modern development technique? So Selenium WebDriver integrated very well modern software principles, like uh, uh, some of their that framework, some framework like behavior driven framework, behavior driven development, that we called BDD, behavior driven development, that is integrated with some Cucumber library. Okay, so that is BDD. So BDD we have. So that is the modern development technique. So that is support, and we can extend that, or we can integrate it, that behavior driven development, we can integrate it via some Cucumber library, some Cucumber library, some Cucumber library. Okay, so support modern development technique means, so Selenium WebDriver integrated some very well with some modern software development principle like behavior development. I mean behavior driven development via some integration with Kumbal library. So that is the features we have in our Selenium WebDriver. So these are the reason. These are the reason behind that why we use Selenium WebDriver for our web automation. So lots of features we have, and that is the most important and very useful features. And these features, for that features only we are using the Selenium WebDriver for our web automation. Okay, so Selenium WebDriver is one of the most important parts of the Selenium suites that we already know that, and which supports almost all the features needed for the automations of any web application. These are the some features we have. Guys, I think you guys are very much clear about that, why we use Selenium WebDriver as a web automation, and why it is important, and what are the features we have. So that is one of the important interview questions also, that what are the features we have in our Selenium WebDriver. So now you guys are very much clear that. So if you guys like my video, one thumbs up. If you guys have any doubt, please comment me. Subscribe to my channel EduPaat. See you in the next videos. Thank you.